Being accompanied to the ring by Patrick Black and Kildare, representing the HWA Tag Team Champions, here is High IQ, Quinteen Lee. And his opponent, being accompanied later heavenly, here's Jon Moxley.
Domination is back. Chris Curtis and Hooks at ringside, and Hooks, how about what we just saw? We now know the main event is set for later tonight. It's going to be Rob Matrix taking on Cody Hawk. That is going to be one heck of a main event.
The big key here, Madison will be in the corner of Rob Matrix. Brother and sister reunited. Glad to see these two put their differences behind him. And for Rob's final match here in the HWA, before he goes back to Australia, we can see the old Rob Matrix we used to know.
And this one underway. Jon Moxley against High IQ Quinteen Lee, and there you see Quinteen Lee getting into it with Moxley's advisor.
Well, I think he said he was going to give her a call later, and she does not seem at all too excited about that. And I can't blame her. He's probably going to read Time magazine to her or discuss quantum physics. I don't know.
Quinteen Lee now has Moxley backed up in that corner. Joe Copez, our senior official, asking for a clean break. It would be highly unlikely, that he would, nice block by Mox. Into the hip toss.
Of course, Quinteen Lee not out here alone. He's got his manager, Patrick Black, and I guess Kara Kildare, who's now the secretary for
Patrick Black.
Unit.
I was unaware Patrick Black's work schedule was such that he even required a secretary, but Moxley and Lee once again tying up. Armbar applied now by Moxley to Lee. Quinteen Lee, of course, one half of the current HWA Tag Team Champions, a title that Moxley himself familiar with.
Moxley no stranger to that tag team gold. And really no stranger to Quinteen Lee as well.
Moxley now, as of late, teaming up with Rick Byrne.
A former Fighting Elk and a former Caveman have now formed an alliance.
Quinteen Lee now has got Moxley. That rear naked choke, but look at Moxley, get right out of it. And I think you got to credit Helena Heavenly. Moxley very focused, going in this at a nice pace. I mean, this guy usually comes out here full speed ahead and doesn't stop. But you make a lot of mistakes when you do that. And I think Helena is adding a different dimension and element to Moxley's game.
Well, even though he's more focused, he seems more aggressive, and I can't attribute that to Helena Heavenly, because you look up aggressive in the dictionary, that's Helena Heavenly's. She's not only going to keep Moxley in line, she's going to keep Joe Copez in line, apparently, telling him how to do his job, and I'm not one who would want to argue with her.
Quinteen Lee getting back to his feet. Moxley still with the armbar. Oh, and no surprise there. Quinteen Lee fails to give a clean break. Now sends Moxley across the ring. Mox ducks the clothesline, cross body, hooks though. Only 2. Wrist lock now applied by Moxley. Oh, pinning combination. And again, a count of 2.
Look at Moxley going right back in on that arm, not letting up for a second.
Quinteen Lee, though, counters. Now he's got a hold of Moxley's wrist. But look at this. Hammerlock into the side headlock and right back to that arm.
Patrick Black consulting with his secretary on the outside, having her write down some notes. Probably a list of things to do, like do his laundry and pick up dinner for him.
Buy more forehead cream, perhaps.
And that in itself is a huge expense.
Well, absolutely.
What exactly does forehead cream do?
Well, you'd have to ask Patrick Black. He's basically got stock in oil of Olay at this point.
Five minutes gone by, 15 minutes remain.
And Helena Heavenly very vocal out here this week. I think not just trying to encourage Moxley, but just letting her presence be known. Maybe trying to get inside the giant brain of Quinteen Lee.
Quinteen Lee's got a handful of Moxley's hair, or at least he did. Now once again, no, Moxley reverses it. Quinteen Lee ducks the clothesline, but eats that back elbow and sends Quinteen Lee all the way to the outside, right out in front of Helena.
Will Helena get involved? Yeah, absolutely.
Oh!
Slap right to the kisser for Quinteen Lee.
And that could be for the little phone call remarks from earlier. Look at this atomic drop on the outside. And Moxley rolls Quinteen Lee back in. Moxley going to the top. This could do it if he hits. Oh, he hit all right. Bad landing for Jon Moxley.
Joe Lopez taking exception, telling Quinteen Lee, keep your hands off me, but the damage already done.
Moxley now brought down the hard way by Quinteen Lee with that snapmare from the top. Now the scoop and the slam by High IQ, but look at that. Moxley ducking the went for a drop kick, but Quinteen Lee avoided it. And Moxley fell straight on his back.
Well, Quinton put on the brakes, once again showing why he is called High IQ. I mean, I don't always agree with this guy, but he is a thinking man's wrestler.
Absolutely. Also one of the most decorated wrestlers in all the HWA roster, and there's a reason for that because of the man's skills inside that ring, and both really the physical aspect of the game. Oh!
The action continues outside while Joe Lopez focusing his attention on Helena Heavenly.
Yeah. Lopez was in a debate with Helena. Meanwhile, Moxley becoming the victim of an out-of-ring attack by Quinteen Lee. Now Quinteen Lee got in enough to break the count. Oh, and look at dropping the leg while Moxley was hung over that bottom rope. Hoping to make it difficult for Moxley to breathe. If Moxley's having trouble breathing, this one is going to be over sooner than later. As now reverse chinlock applied, and Quinteen Lee has that knee planted right in the spinal column of Moxley. Helena Heavenly with Moxley every step of the way, encouraging him, as is this crowd.
Moxley trying to feed off Helena's energy, feed off the energy of the crowd as well.
Oh, hair. Just as Moxley was building some momentum, it comes to a screeching halt thanks to Quinteen Lee, who just buries a boot in the breadbasket of Jon Moxley.
Buries a boot in the breadbasket. Say that 10 times fast. I dare you, Chris the Brain.
Maybe later as Moxley fighting back with those closed fists now. Oh no, reverse. And Moxley gets a back elbow right in the chin. Oh, and just using those laces and raked them across the face of Jon Moxley. Referee Joe Copaz really has his hands full in this one. Lee seems to be a bit ornery this week.
Well, that's putting it mildly, and it's not like it's anything new. Look at this. Just draping the throat of Jon Moxley across that top rope. And look at Quinteen Lee, just so smug.
Oh, and look at that. Boot right to the chest of Jon Moxley. Moxley in that corner. I think those ropes are the only thing holding him up at this point. Now Quinteen Lee choking Moxley out right in front of referee Joe Copaz.
10 minutes remain.
Moxley sent across the ring to the opposite buckle, and Quinteen Lee follows him in with that clothesline.
Another vicious clothesline in the corner. Moxley can barely stay on his feet, just holding himself up on those ropes.
Went for it again. Moxley reversed it, but Quinteen Lee up and over. Moxley catches the boot. Backslide perhaps. He's got him. 1, 2, and 3. No, only 2.
Follows it up with a drop kick, takes Quinteen Lee off his feet. Irish whip reversal, Moxley off the ropes. Ducks the clothesline crucifix.
Can he get him over though? Yes, he's got him. 2 and, oh, another count of 2 for Mox. Moxley showing off that power with the slam. Back body drop delivered there by the Elk City native, who goes for the cover. Didn't hook a leg, only got 2.
Leg lariat. Hooks the leg. 1, 2.
Oh, I thought that was near fall for Jon Moxley. Oh, chin breaker there. And where in the world is Patrick Black just...
I don't know where he's going, but I hope he stays there. Oh, come on.
Allah Hussein out here.
And what business does he have out here?
Rick Burns out.
Allah Hussein taken out of commission.
Could
that be enough?
It is.